precious. It's yours, it's mine, only one at a time.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see Toronto against Indiana. Checking out.
Tell them sit down.
The Pacers look to take charge and... Boy, that's fascinating stuff, D.A. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? And it should be a high-paced game tonight as both of these teams, Clark, thrive in the open floor. So with that being said, what makes these teams so good on the break?
Well, you're right, Kevin. They do thrive in the open court. Excellent transition teams because they push the ball and they really have a conscious effort to run the floor at every opportunity. That's what makes fast break teams hard to beat, is because they're running all the time. And that doesn't give your defense a lot of time to set up.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Embiid is out there with Anthony. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Here's Antetokounmpo after Drew Holiday's score. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, how about the concentration of Antetokounmpo? I mean, he expects to get hit when he's taking it strong to the rim and still is able to muscle his way through contact.
Now here's Anthony. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver. Chalk up 2 there.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Brogdon with a screen from Murray. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Morris with the rebound. On defense, Indiana. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe. And for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
And here is Antetokounmpo following Marcus Morris's 3. When you watch Giannis out there, he just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Antetokounmpo has the complete and total trust of his teammates. A real Swiss Army knife, a versatile guy. Does everything and anything that needs to be done with the basketball in his hand.
Now here's Anthony. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Antetokounmpo dishes to Cauley-Stein. Anthony with the bucket.
Nice look there from Bogdanovic, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Murray kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the wing right side. Embiid with the steal. Outside Holiday. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Brogdon with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count that bucket. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points. In Toronto, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Holiday kicks to Anthony. Back to Holiday. Here's Embiid. The Pacers pull it in. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad. Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. Tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup. 10 points for him.
Well, you really got to love the hustle from the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's got a ton of confidence when it comes to beating up that glass.
Outside Holiday. Embiid kicks to Bogdanovich. Turner with the steal. Up top, Brogdon. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight. And his... So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Toronto trailing.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
So for Toronto right now, Holiday out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Embiid. Then it's Anthony. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game. Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Morris with the rebound. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. Won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
Anthony. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Clark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and again, unable to change momentum here. Holiday against Brogdon, and the basket is good. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Antetokounmpo against Bogdanovich. Lets it go from 11, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. 12 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Man, that's a nice looking stroke from Antetokounmpo. What can't this guy do?
Embiid, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And Turner throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
But they'll get another chance. And the layup's good off the glass. And Toronto leads by 6.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
Here's Morris. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Coley Stein, a screen. Here's Murray. The shot misses. Toronto leading by 6. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Embiid the screen. Bogdanovich dishes to Embiid. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 12 seconds left in the first half. And he uses the glass on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points for the game.
There are just a lot of ways in which Antetokounmpo scores the ball. I mean, he's a terrific penetrator, plays downhill. He's a consistent and reliable shooter.
right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny, for Toronto. Kenny, what do you think?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, your take on. And now, folks.
Downtown Indianapolis glowing in the distance as we welcome you back to the action here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Toronto leading by 4. And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Pacers. Antetokounmpo is out there with Miles Turner. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Murray in at the shooting guard position. Back to Morris. There's the screen. Again, the miss by Morris. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Nuggets.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
And Holiday kicks to Anthony. Embiid the screen. Anthony down low. He's against Turner.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Brogdon. Cauley-Stein a screen. In the corner, Murray with it. Just 4 to shoot. Over Bogdanovich. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket for Murray.
And Murray's shooting form, exceptional. Whenever the ball is coming off his fingers like that, you just have to assume it's going in.
Embiid the screen. Bogdanovich dishes to Embiid. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Embiid's got the lead up to 8 now for Toronto. Brogdon kicks to Turner. Turner with the screen. Antetokounmpo against Anthony. For 3, Murray. Another shot. Good D by Embiid.
A good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Embiid the screen. Back to Holiday. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Antetokounmpo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. No good off the back of the rim.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Morris kicks to Embiid. There's the dish to Holiday. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's an 11-point Toronto lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Nice game, great performance by Marcus Morris.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Turner with a screen for Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Murray. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
And Holiday kicks to Embiid. To the inside. Here's Anthony. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Anthony's got 8 points.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Toronto ahead, ending the third quarter with a 13-4 run. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much. Pacers trail by 13. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
On the court for Toronto to start the fourth, we've got Marcus Morris. Anthony is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Holiday, and it's Bogdanovich in at the two-guard position.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Anthony against Turner. Shot clock at 6. Embiid sets the pick for Morris. High post try. Hits the front of the rim and out. Pacers trail by 11. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
When Antetokounmpo is in the paint, you need to find him. You have to give him the ball there. I mean, he's an absolute monster in the post because he can shoot over most guys, and if he's defended well, he'll find you if you're open as a teammate.
Here's Anthony, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And I like the unselfishness of Embiid, doing whatever he can to win, including setting brick wall screens.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He told the guys it's time to turn it up a little and make a push. We've worked too hard to come away empty-handed. Let's put this thing away. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David. Kicks it to Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Toronto.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the screen. Locked in the pass to Murray. The feed to Antetokounmpo. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Holiday. Here's Anthony, and he makes the bucket, through contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
The shot by Brogdon, no good. Toronto leading by 9. And Holiday kicks to Morris. Anthony up on top. High post, Embiid. Anthony down low. Turner covering. Up again. It's good on the putback. And now an 11-point Toronto lead.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Toronto.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Joel Embiid.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Nailed from three-point land.
Got to give respect to the range of Murray. He can nail it from distance.
And so they foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 8. 16 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
Jones for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Dellavedova. And so it's Toronto winning this one. They came in here. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
Love is like a bomb, baby.